everybody, Leighton here, back with another writing vlog. So again, this has been a week. It's been another rough week, but I am determined to be very positive in this vlog, mostly because even though it has been a rough week, I am still feeling pretty positive, and I just want to focus on the good stuff this week. So we're not going to talk about the hives this week. We're not going to talk about the fact that I've been displaced from my room and moved to a temporary room where people walk in and out and I don't know who they are because all these other people are also in a temporary living situation. We're not going to talk about that, mostly because it's too stressful, too much. It's been too much. I will say the one good thing about the temporary living space is there was a girl there for one of the nights that I was there, and she had a cat. It was a service cat. Its name was Spencer. It was so cute. It was like God knew that I was just so stressed out, and he was like, you know what Leighton needs? She needs a cat friend. So he gave me one, and Spencer cuddled with me all night. It was just the most cuddly cat I've ever met, seriously. Like, I have never met a more affectionate cat. And just the fact that its owner didn't care that I was literally monopolizing her cat, it was just, God did something really good for me, and I appreciate it. So see, we're gonna focus on the positives, like Spencer the cat. So another positive of this week is that I have all of my query letters written out, like they're ready to send. I finished my literary agent research, I've finished my edit of Caspian Chronicles, and now I've finished writing out the query letters. Now I just want to read over Cast Chronicles one last time just to make sure the small edits that I made, because I did kind of like a find and replace thing at some points and like deleted certain words, and I just want to run through and make sure everything still reads fluidly, and then I'll be sending it out. So yes, I didn't get it out in January like I was originally planning, but it's definitely going to be sending out in the next couple of weeks. So like, I'm here and I am ready to query my manuscript, which is crazy. The fact that I've gotten to the point where I'm about to query a manuscript, like, wow. And honestly, like, I mean, I've been nervous about it, I've been thinking about it, but it didn't really hit me until right now, like this second, that I am going to be querying a manuscript. Especially, you know, after talking last week about where I started with my writing journey, just to imagine that I'm here is really crazy. Like, wow, guys. And yes, I know that the query trenches are going to be long and arduous and filled with rejection, but at this point, I still feel optimistic about it, you know? Even, I'm almost feeling optimistic to the point of where it's like, if nobody wants to represent my book, okay, whatever. I'll just write a new one and I'll query that one. I have so many book ideas. It's like writing one book has just filled me with ideas. Before, you know, I'd have some ideas, but, you know, most of them didn't really go anywhere, and a lot of the time, you know, it was just like, oh yeah, and then it'd go away. But like, now I've started writing down all of my ideas, and I've really started developing a lot of them, you know, just like basic development, not like outlining or anything, but, you know, like they could easily become novels, and it just feels, not easy exactly, but it feels doable, like it feels possible. Now that I've written one manuscript, writing more just seems like, obviously, yeah, I'm gonna do that. And so, you know, even if Caspian Chronicles doesn't get picked up, which I do, I hope it does, I want it to so bad it physically hurts sometimes. I want the Caspian Chronicles, The Forbidden Prophecy, to be my debut novel. But if it isn't, okay. I mean, I'll probably self-publish it eventually, but you know, until then, I'm gonna work on other manuscripts, and I'm gonna work on querying those manuscripts, and I'm just gonna keep going. I just feel like it's possible, you know? I feel like I could do it. Even if it's not with Caspian Chronicles, I will become a I will become a traditionally published author someday, and that's just really cool and exciting. So yeah, like I said, I've been feeling rather optimistic this week despite all of the weird, bad shit that's been going on, you know? I just, the sky's the limit, anything is possible, life is good. Some more good stuff, my classes have been going well. I have been in class for 2 weeks now, officially, because I have classes on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. And I'm really loving all of my classes this semester, which is great because I really didn't think I was going to. I was very bitter about the fact that I had been wanting to take advanced young adult fiction because I had taken young adult fiction last spring or fall, I can't remember. Fall of 2016 or spring of 2017. Can't entirely remember. But I took it one of those times, so then I was planning on this semester taking advanced young adult fiction, but they weren't offering it, and they weren't offering any other genre courses either, because my school's fiction writing department is going downhill fast, let me tell you. So then I had to find a different specialty writing course, because I needed a specialty writing course. So I almost took researching for like historical fiction, you know, like a class that kind of teaches you how to research to write a historical fiction novel. But I don't really have any historical fiction novels that I plan on writing, or if I do, it's like historical fiction that like happened within my lifetime, like in the 90s. So that just wasn't really going, I mean, it could be helpful eventually, but just for the most part, I really didn't want to take it. And the teacher it was with, although he is a wonderful man and I love him to death, he's a very nice guy, he is the human embodiment of a tortoise. His teaching methods are very slow and tedious, and he talks like this, and he uses a lot of ums, and he just talks very slow, and I cannot do another semester of that. I've done 2 semesters of that already. I can't do another one, guys. I just can't. I am like ADHD central, where like I cannot sit there with somebody talking that slow, and no, I would have gone nuts. So then I got the opportunity to become a tutor. I don't know if I mentioned this. I think I did. I think I've mentioned this before, that I now have the opportunity to be a fiction tutor, but if I haven't, long and short of it is that every single semester since my very first year at my school, I was a transfer, so I came in my sophomore year, but like ever since my first semester at this school, I've been recommended to be a fiction tutor. And I've never done it because I never had time and I never really wanted to. But you know, since I kind of started thinking maybe I'd like to teach writing someday, especially, you know, I've been enjoying doing writing advice videos on this channel, and then I thought maybe I'd like to become a teacher someday, maybe, we'll see. So then I was like, well, okay, fine, I'll do the tutor training, partly because I need it for a credit, and partly because I'd like to try my hand and see if I'm even somewhat good at teaching people, like, face-to-face about writing, because talking to a camera is one thing, and actually sitting in front of people and having them expect you to teach them like while they're right there in the room with you is it's a lot more daunting. So I've had 2 classes so far for that tutor class, and what it is simultaneously while I'm tutoring somebody, I'm also taking this class where I'm learning how to tutor them. But you have to have 2 classes before you can start actually tutoring them, so that, you know, you get the basics of what you're actually supposed to do, so you're not just jumping in blind to a tutoring session. So I now have my 2T, and next Wednesday is going to be our first session, so I'll let you know how that goes. And then I've had the 2 classes so far, and I'll have a 3rd one, thankfully, because I still don't feel entirely prepared after just 2 classes to tutor somebody, so I'm glad I get 1 extra one, because some people in my class don't. But I'm excited about it. I'm looking forward to it. I have to pick out readings, and I get to coach him in like writing games and stuff, and I'm looking forward to it. Even though my school has this thing called the story workshop method, some parts of it I like, some parts of it I don't, but like I'm required to teach him via the story workshop method, like that's, as a tutor, I have to. So it's a little like, I don't like some of these things that they're gonna make me do, but it's a good experience, and at least it's like semi-scripted, so I don't have to go in there and improv my way into like teaching him something, you know, it's mostly laid out for me. So I think especially as a first time teaching somebody, it's nice to have it all laid out, and then, you know, as I go, if I become a teacher, obviously I can make my own rules and stuff. But yeah, like, that's exciting. And then I've also had voiceover classes. And I know that y'all are here for like my writing stuff, but I also want to do voice acting. I originally wanted to do acting, like TV, film acting, but it just wasn't working for me. And then I just kind of fell into this voice acting thing, and I've really been enjoying it, so it's definitely something I'd like to pursue. But I haven't really known what kind. I just knew that I enjoy doing voices, but I didn't know exactly what kind, so I've taken classes for commercial and for animation, and now I'm in a voiceover class for interactive gaming. And guys, like, this is it. I can tell you right now, like, interactive game, this is it. And by interactive gaming, that literally just means video games. Like, it's not a specific type of video game, it's just video games. Specifically, I really like indie games, just from what I've been practicing so far. I mean, regular, like other games are really cool, but indie games like The Last of Us, Life is Strange, etc. Like those are the games that I really like because they're very chill and they're very cinematic, so it's almost like you're acting in a movie. But you can be anybody, you know? You're not limited to how you look. It's just what your voice is able to do. And my voice is able to do so much more than the rest of me. So that's been exciting too, because when I did voiceover for animation, it was fun because I got to experiment with a lot of weird, crazy voices. But I don't watch a lot of cartoons, and I never really have watched a lot of cartoons. I watched, you know, like Kim Possible and, oh gosh, I don't even... Rugrats, a lot of Nickelodeon cartoons if I did watch cartoons, but I especially don't watch cartoons anymore. I mean, I still watch Disney movies, which is animation, but for the most part, you know, just in general, my life isn't really cartoons. My life is video games, weirdly enough. I didn't really realize that until I started doing this, and I was like, oh yes, I get to do voices from The Last of Us. Ooh, I get to do voices from Life is Strange. Ooh, I get to do voices from this game and this game and this game. And I realized how much I really love video games. I play them a lot, and I especially watch a lot of YouTubers play games. It's Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, Crank Gameplays, etc., etc. Like, watching playthroughs is my shit, y'all. It's my shit. And then I'm also in a demo production class, which is where I'm learning how to make a voiceover demo for a commercial demo. So that's cool too. Not my favorite class, but it's fun and the teacher's nice. And then I have my fiction workshop, which is like where I'm being taught by the story workshop method. And I will, like, even though I don't like every part of the story workshop method, it absolutely helps. A lot of it does help. And it was really actually nice because last semester I got a semester off of it, which I think was what I needed, because coming back into it now, like, it just feels better. Like, it doesn't feel like I just keep doing the same stuff over and over and over again. Like, it gave me that break where now it feels like I'm doing something different and new. And it's especially nice because I have been feeling a little blocked creatively, like writer's block, where I keep trying to write stuff and I just can't come up with like really good ideas. And I think it's just because I've spent so long editing the Caspian Chronicles that just, you know, it just kind of blocks you when you're in edit mode, and then you've been in edit mode for so long. Getting back into creative mode is just kind of difficult. But the story workshop method has different games that we play, and it really just got me creatively flowing. It was so nice because this is the class that I missed last week because I was in the ER. So this was my first week back in the story workshop method. And we did this game called Person, Action, Person, which is where you pick man, woman, boy, girl. Then you pick an action verb, and it has to include like skin-to-skin contact of some kind. And then you pick man, woman, boy, or girl. And so you just go around the semicircle of people, and you have to like just do something that surprises you. Like, you can't just plan it out before your turn, and you can't plan it out like with a certain story. So then you get like man, punch, boy. Or girl, kick girl, or boy, kiss boy, or something like that. And then you get to choose from the list that you and your classmates have compiled. You get to pick a couple that you really liked, and then you pick one that's like really giving you a really visual image, and it can tie into a story you're working on. So mine did. I have my story that I've been working on, and there's just one, it was boy bites boy. And it just worked perfectly. Like, it just gave me the scene, and it was a scene I had never thought of before. I had never even considered putting in the book, but the second I saw it, I was like, yes, I know exactly what I'm gonna do with that. And then from there, the teacher kind of workshops with you and is like, okay, now pick an adjective and two verbs that, as far as you know, have nothing to do with the scene. So I did ticklish for the adjective, and then grin and dance, which was totally the opposite of what the scene was. And then you have to kind of see if there's anything that those words give you to see with the scene, even if they're like super different. So then I'm like, oh, the fight was like a dance and blah, blah, blah. And it's just, you know, it's that kind of stuff, and it makes you think of things in a way that you've never really thought of it before. So it definitely like cured my writer's block. It was really nice. I don't really know what I'm gonna do when I get writer's block next time, and I don't have this workshop to help me get out of it, but you know, maybe I'll have to play a few games on my own or find some people to play the games with me. Maybe I could play the games with you guys. That'd be fun. That'd be fun. We'll see if we can make that work. So yeah, overall, again, you know, even though some bad stuff did happen this week, it was also a pretty good week. And again, I feel pretty optimistic about it. And I'm looking forward to next week. I'm looking forward to finally querying my manuscript. Still can't believe it's here. Like, this is it. We're on the edge of glory. The precipice of fame and fortune. Just kidding, not fame and fortune, but the precipice of hopeful success. So yeah, just a lot of good stuff going on. I'm really excited. Glad I get to share it with you guys. Thank you for watching this video, and let me know what you guys are up to. I feel like, you know, I talk every week about myself, but I want to know what you guys are up to. Are you doing anything exciting? Where are you at in your manuscripts? Have you even started? Have you ever done a story workshop method type of thing or any kind of writing workshop, and what was your experience with that? What are your tips and tricks for getting over writer's block? You know, let me know it all in the comments. Talk to me. I want to chat with y'all. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe button, and bell icon so that you get notified every time I upload a new video, which is every Saturday and the first and third Wednesday of every month. So this coming Wednesday, we've got a Let's Talk About Writing coming up. I hope you're excited. I am. Also, make sure to follow me on all of my social medias. I have Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, Instagram, all linked in the description down below. I've also got a personal blog, readwritelovefiction.com, which is where I talk about my writing experiences, the highs and lows of writing a book and trying to get it published, kind of like I do here, but a little bit more in depth on like one specific topic each time. So if that interests you at all, make sure to go over there. I also do spoiler-free book reviews over there, and I do the written corresponding blogs to the Let's Talk About Writing videos. So, you know, if you're interested in that, also go over there and check that out. And make sure to check out my official author website, leightonjwilliams.com, which is the first place I'll be posting any big updates to any progress I'm making with my book. So if you're interested in being the first to know before I announce it here or on any of my social medias, that's where you should go. And finally, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!